I need to tell you that what come through today in the morning, I think it was, that the spirit of Abraham came and was talking, and it happened what he say, because I was talking to this man in India, and he speaks some error to me that make me wondering if I should travel to India. Uh, and I don't need to do the decision today, because he say that today that he should do these conferences in about May 2024. So that's a half year at least to wait for it. And I told him about I need to do the vaccine, so I know I need to know the date of it. So he said that he had not put together all these people yet. He say because they were busy, they have schedules already done. So it must be in May 2024, he said, and in that date is it very warm in India. So I wondering if I could stand the temperature in India, and then I was wondering it cost much money to do the vaccine also, and, and then I was thinking that it sounds this what you are saying. If it sounds too good, it's maybe not true. And I say that I was not sure. I don't take that for granted. And when Abraham came and was talking that he is going to close all the doors that is in wrong direction. So he did. He did it to me about India, that it was not safe for me to travel to India with my health condition I am in. In May it's very hot, and it's maybe started to be the rain season when I'm there. So that's not I adopt it, but I have not said no to him yet, because it's so far away to make the decision. But it should be very much if I should travel there. So I have to wait for another option that is not that Abraham closed the door for. But this to be going to India is a closed door. Abraham did that today, because I didn't know about May 2024 yesterday when I talked to this man in India. And I watched some of his picture also. I'm not sure that he live in a good house either, even if he seems to have traveled abroad some. But I have not seen the picture of his home. So it have coming true that what Abraham say. Everything is so right, is truth was coming. And it seems is very strange that when they coming through and talk to us. And in the beginning, when I did a podcast, I closed down some of the chapter I had in the beginning because I didn't believe that it was true what they were saying, and it was not true because they were known people, famous people that come and talking to me, and I saw them, and I saw it was them. But I have understood it today that uh, they only showing up like a person, like I say about Jesus that he look in one way, but those artists that have done picture of Jesus, they don't know how he look like, and some in some books is it about Jesus that he had blue eyes, and in the in the picture they have painted of Jesus mostly have golden or brown or green eyes. But when I have done my DNA and I am related to Jesus, some people say everyone is related to Jesus, uh, but that is not true because the humankind started not only in Ethiopia, it started in other places on this planet, and then we come together. And so the blue eyes is can be true because there was people from not really Europe, but I have in my DNA those have coming from all those tribes of Russia and Hungary and those countries that and they come to Israel and was a ruler of Israel very much, and some of them have blue eyes, and it can happen that it be like a mix that going through Jesus because um, it's not a really straight line because I have picked up my DNA and sometimes it's jumping on the man first, and that's mostly they write in the books about men, and they don't talk at all about the mother of those men, who they were. So sometimes it have only been the father, the father, the father, the father, and not the mother. And then in some parts, uh, in some years, decades, have it been powerful women that have ruled the countries or the tribes or the areas where they live in. And then the DNA jump to the woman and make me go through the woman's DNA line, and then suddenly it's be man again. It's like a zigzag uh, doing DNA, but the DNA have not cut off. It's only that it is between man, mostly man, but then also women that have been noticed noticed to be ruler. So not the whole time have it been men that have ruled this world, but lately, maybe 1,000 years from now, have it been men. But some is it women also. The Queen of in England, for example, Cleopatra, she was far away down their line. I have Cleopatra in my DNA, and so it can happen that the mix of everything make Jesus have blue eyes, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he come from. It's much symbolic with Jesus. And Jesus was one of the prophets that have been. And I have said it before that I believe that God have sent prophets in all generations. We have always had a prophet, not that they have um, in their heritage. They have not got to be prophet because they are sons of the Father like that, because there is only one prophet sent from God, and they have no connection in generation with each other in that way. In the Mormon churches, it the oldest man that be the prophet. So it doesn't say that is a real prophet. It's only that he is the oldest. So he should be the most wise man the church have. And that's why he is a prophet. He don't really hear from God, but he's wise and have got education from those other that have been in the church that have been prophets. But he is not the prophets picked by God. God have not picked him. It's people that have picked him because he is the oldest one in the church. That's why. But my mother, she knew much, but she didn't know God. And it's not in the line in that way. I say I have the line of Jesus and other prophets, but not recently, not today. I don't have a connection with prophets that we have picture of, real photo of. I was picked by God to do the work that I do today. And those higher priests, I am in the 7 highest priests now. I am not the highest priest. I have one with me. It was he that come and didn't want me to die. And he come and talked to me in year 2000. But then come God and talked to me about the future. And they were not connected to each other more than companion in God's head. And this higher priest was called for God to come. See, look at her. She is on her way to make a suicide. I don't know exactly what he told God, but it can have been that he told God that she is going to make a suicide, and we should not let her make a suicide because she have something special in her that we need to have for a new prophet in this generation that she is in. He maybe say that to God, and God come to me and told me what should be in the future. And the highest priest, he was talking about what have happened in my life in the past, but God was talking to me about the future. So they let me live because I changed my way of thinking. I only disappeared. I left everything, and I come to United States and walk there alone, homeless, for some years, 2 years I think, and then I was living with the Muslims 1 year. Yeah, 2.5 years I was by myself and homeless and tried only to survive in United States. That was not my homeland. I am born in Sweden, so United States was not my country, but I was homeless there, and I come to learn to rely on heaven and afterlife, and they educated me to be what I am today. You have videos on YouTube where I'm talking before I knew about this with afterlife. I had a connection with afterlife, but I didn't know who they were, and I had not done my DNA. But God started to talk to me, and then afterlife's people start to talk to me, and later on they told me to do my DNA, and there I find them who have been in the night and coming and talking to me. Some of them have left some evidence of who they were, like this man that come with a big sign where it says his name, and then I find him in my family tree, so I knew it was true what he showed me. And then I start to understand that it doesn't need to be very close to us people. So when you hear about afterlife, you should not only not look only about your parents and your brother and sisters like that, or aunt. You need to look more wide, a spectrum of people, because what they were saying to me in Jerusalem in 2016, they say to me that we all are connected with each other in one way or another. So you should not only look at your immediately connected people. It can have been people that have coming through in your life, and like for me it was a man that saw my brother and sister. They were hit me so much they were on their way to kill me, and he saw saw it, and he come and running and stop my brother and sister to kill me. And and then he come back after he had passed away. He come and asked me for forgiveness because he did good thing. He was running after my brother and sister and stopped them, but he should have told the police. He should call the police and what tell them what had happened. Then he could have changed my life to not have this evil childhood. Uh, so uh, so he was not connected to me. I have talked to a person that remember this man, and he didn't even lived in our city. So he have only been a man that have passed by. So that can be for you also if you go to someone that tell you about the afterlife, that someone want to talk to you, and you have to be more like a wider open door to what they are saying, because they doesn't need to be someone that you know by name. It can be someone that have passed by in your life for a short moment. So this is what I wanted to recording about. I saw that and that no one have sent me money, and that's good in that way that I'm not going to India, but I need to have some money because I need to move away from this area because people threaten me in this area because I am Swedish and most of these people are Muslims and they don't want me to stay in this area because they want the area to be a Muslim area and not any Swedish people here. So I need to move and it costs money so I don't have anyone that can help me. And I can't help myself in that way that I I don't have a drive license, so I can't drive my belongings to the other place. I can't do the cleaning up. I need to pay someone for cleaning up everything before I leave, because here in Sweden we pay for if we have not cleaning up our home in excellent, not only take away furniture and all my everything in my garden have to go, everything, and I can't do it on my own. I have to pay some people to come here and clean up everything. I know that it's not the same in some countries, but here in Sweden, we need to leave the home in perfect condition, like it was when we move in, or else we have to pay much money because they take that be a big bill if they have to clean it up without I have had anyone to come here and do it for me. And I will tell you that I bought a tablet today, and I get a tablet tomorrow, so the sound of my podcast will be much better than this. I recording it on internet in a free software program. But from tomorrow, I can have a real recording equipment to do a better podcast sound. So that's what I wanted to tell you, and I tell you that the door is closed. Abraham closed the door to India, but I hope that it will come something else in my life, that I need to have my passport to. I have the target to go to fly to Dubai, but it costs so very much money to be at a hotel. But that is one of the places I want to visit. Um, it's many places I want to visit, and maybe I do it in the afterlife instead. We will see. Time will tell. So God bless you, and thank you for following me, because this is not the last chapter I'm recording. It's gonna happen other things in my life that I will tell you about. God bless you.